Well, good morning, Bear Nation. How art we? We art fabulous. Thank you for asking, Bear. You're welcome. Shaloha, Jeremy Jones. A paratrooper, I believe. No, that's not a paratrooper. I need my eyes checked. It's 2 squares and a diamond? Question mark. Parakeet Assault. What's up, man? Hey, you have delicious nuts, and I can say that because it's my channel. Good morning, everybody. Smiley Homestead, Robert Foster, Odin's Wolf, Kirk yourself, Mr. Brees. Shalom. Yeah, sold out in 23 minutes, homie. Christian Hildbrunner, good morning. Good morning. So, it's the Bear Independent Intel Report. Good morning, Mr. J.S. Badger. Thank you all for being here. 97.2 thousand of you need an MRI, but I am thankful for you. Mark Chase, good morning, brother. As always, please send your freaking intel to intel@bearindependent.com. That's how we do this. It's the best. Tell the dance monkeys they're tremendous, because without the dance monkeys, we have no intel report. So, PJD, good morning. Also, if you're lurking in the shadows, stop it. That's creepy. You're not Sasquatch. I know this because they have giant thumbs. It makes it very hard for them to manipulate smartphones. So quit pretending to be Sasquatch. Come out of the shadows. Like, subscribe, and share. Please and thank you. Like, subscribe, and share. And as always, you can find the entirety of this report on Patreon. Patreon.com is where you go. You search for Bear Independent. You find us. You trade us $1 for 30 days per month of freaking exclusive, wonderful content. And then we call it a win-win because, yay, capitalism. So, MRIs are free in the Bear Nation. However, but we make no guarantees as to the actual legitimate diagnostic abilities of the Bear Nation. So, I digress. 21 AUG 2020 Bear Independent Intel Report Overview. 3 bilateral agreements with Hong Kong concerning extradition and tax exemptions have been suspended or terminated by the Trump administration. Whiskey, Alpha, Romeo, James Lopez, Shaloha. Trump has postponed the discussion of the Phase 1 trade deal with China, stating, "I don't want to deal with them right now. What China did to the world was unthinkable. They could have stopped it," end quote. He will also be fully reinstating sanctions on Iran. Good. This, of course, after the literal historic development of this Middle East peace deal that's going on with the United Arab Emirates essentially saying, you know what, how about maybe we don't just wipe Israel off the map? That being said, understand that biblical Israel and Israel in the Middle East are not the same thing, but I digress. And so it's nice. The sanctions on Iran is nice. This is essentially a complete reversal of what was done with our Middle East policy during the Obama administration, which is to say a steaming pile of turd sandwiches. Good morning, my love. Would you like to participate in the brief? I'm going to go with no. You just want to be near me? I understand. I have an infectious personality, I've been told. Yes, indeed. Twice the usual amount of Chicago police are retiring, and San Francisco is also seeing an exodus of officers. Meanwhile, Houston's police chief says to such officers, quote, "Come to Houston," end quote. The department will be adding 400 officers over the next several months. Good job, Houston. It's rare that we get to say that these days. Good job, Houston. Good job. Maybe don't build oil refineries next to nursing facilities and daycares. But hey, whatever floats your biz out. Shaloha, Christopher Phelps. Christopher Phelps is definitely in the running. He's in the top 10 at least for best beard in the Bear Nation, which is saying a lot. It's saying a lot. So at least an honorable mention on the best beard. There's probably 3 or 4 evil hamsters that currently live in his beard that he's not even aware of. That's how robust it is. So, yes, well done, brother. And health experts are warning of a twindemic because of the upcoming flu season and are urging people to get a flu shot to ease the burden on healthcare facilities. I've never had a flu shot. I don't think I'll ever have a flu shot. Just because I don't know what the hell's in there. And I don't trust them when they say there's nothing bad in there. I'm like, for all I know, there's swine pox and chicken Zika flu virus, and I don't know what the hell. I don't know what's in there. There's probably depleted uranium in there. Flock that. Amen. They don't even work most of the time. That is exactly correct. Lexi, Lisa, Lindsay. I don't know. It was an L name. You. Good job, you. By the way, bearindependent.com podcasts are there. And also you can find us on iTunes and I believe Stitcher and SoundCloud and wherever it is that you get your iPod-y, podcasty things from. That's you can find us there as well. And these reports will be available if you want to listen to this ridiculousness with just your earballs and not your eyeballs. You can check us out on the podcast. Hell, you may be doing that right now. To which I would say, do all the good podcast things. Rate and review. 5 stars is the appropriate number of stars. And if you put anything less than 5 stars, I will come see you. 3 o'clock in the morning. Heavy rain. Was that the sound of a footstep on the stairs? Yes, it was. It was Bear putting your iPhone back into your hand so you can give the podcast 5 stars, not 4. Exactly. 6 stars. 87 stars. However many stars you have, that many stars. 2 or more eyewitness accounts, continuity, the best words, continuity of infrastructure and supply chains. Repeating. And see, for people who are new, they're like, supply chains? What does that even mean? 5 quasars, yes. None of this red dwarf stuff. I want like black holes. I want massive, unstable, twin rotating stars. I want, whatever you got, man. Supply Karens. Repeating, shortages include ammo, firearms, coin, aluminum cans, home appliances, pressure-treated lumber, canning supplies, pepperoni. Shit gets me every morning. Oh no, we have no pepperoni. Shaq is going to be so pissed with that new pizza he introduced, the Shack Attack pizza. It's like it's like, how do you get heart disease and diabetes at the same time? You eat Shaq's pizza. PPE, medical testing supplies and equipment, medical ventilation related products, select Clorox products, and select construction materials. It occurs to me that the only shortage of these things that we have here on property is pepperoni. And then even then, I think we have some turkey pepperoni. Do we? We have turkey pepperoni. So, non-issue here. Somebody said they got buckets, or there's no buckets at Tractor Supply. U-line, the number U. Uniform, unicorn, Unitarian, U. Line, L-I-N-E. Lima, India, November, Echo, U-line. Will you get a deal? No. Will you get buckets? Yes. By the pallet? Uh-huh. The year is 2024. Pepperoni is the new currency. Great comment. That comment wins the live stream thus far. That comment is almost as good as Phelps's beard. Unfortunately, though, he has to evict the 4 evil hamsters that live in it because times are tough and they haven't paid rent in 90 days and the moratorium on evictions is over. Sorry, evil hamsters. Now you have to go live at adventurefrontier.com. Price increases continue to be noted in construction materials, and a salmonella outbreak across 47 states is causing a recall of red, white, yellow, and sweet onions and foods made with them. Also, there's a recall of shrimp due to salmonella. Essentially, the system's going to kill you. Also, while we're talking about it, shrimp's not food. Read Leviticus 11. Now everybody can be pissed. Legal, political, and military. Since its launch in July, Operation Legend, a sustained and systematic law enforcement initiative to fight violent crime, more than 1,000 arrests in major cities, the seizure of nearly 400 firearms, and 217 people being charged with federal crimes. Good job, Operation Legend. In the state of Massachusetts, all students are now required to get the flu vaccine before the end of the year. However, but exemptions can be made for medical or religious reasons. If I lived in Massachusetts, which I don't, nor would I, but if I did live there, I would send a note with my kid that said, "Dear whoever, dearest Thomas P. Jones III, principal at Jones B. Smith Elementary School, kiss my hairy white ass, signed Bear and Bear Cubs." And then they would say, "What is this?" And I'd say, "That's my religious exemption." And they'd be pissed, and I wouldn't care. Societal and general. Multiple fires continue to scorch California as the state faces a shortage of, drum roll please, inmates to fight them. Let's pause a moment and just let's restate this sentence and then give credit where credit is due. Multiple fires continue to scorch California as the state faces a shortage of inmates to fight them due to coronavirus lockdowns in the prisons. California, I don't like you. However, awesome. If you were using inmates to fight forest fires, you might be way cooler than I thought you were. This is phenomenal. This is phenomenal. Like, Bear, how can you be a libertarian and think that it's a good idea to use inmates to fight wildfires? Well, we're already spending money on that potential labor. Why not use that potential labor to, I don't know, fight forest fires? How about while you're at it, you can rebuild all the cities that are being destroyed by your, liberal cohorts out there peacefully protesting in the streets. That's a great idea. We're going to start a bear camp prison just so that we can get some forest firefighters around here. I like it. What do you think? Where are we going to build the prison at? Out there in the goat pen? I think it's a good idea. Good job, California. And that is not a phrase that I utter regularly. Good job, California. Due to one of the fires, Travis Air Force Base instructed non-mission essential personnel and their families to evacuate. By the way, there's 821 people here and only 198 thumbs ups. You don't think that prison inmates should be fighting fires? I mean, literally, they wrote a song about this. Metallica did. Fight fire with fire. Come on, man. Come on. Fight fire with fire or inmates, whatever you got. How many inmates do you need to stack up in a wall to prevent a forest fire from spreading? Like, how does that work? Do you dig the trench and then fill it with inmates? Good morning, Gary. Thank you. I'm confused. And like, which inmates do you send? Because I would have a sliding scale. I'd be like, start with the pedophiles and the axe murderers, and then we'll work our way down to like tax evasion and weed, But send all the really terrible ones first. Like, if the guy that serial raped a bunch of toddlers gets smoke inhalation and we got to leave him here, I'm fine with that. Like, that's totally cool. In fact, if somebody could like just conveniently kneecap him while we're out here, be like, oops, Todd fell in the ditch and got burned to death. Oh, man, we saved $70,000 a year in taxes. Good job. Sorry, Todd. Sucks to be you. Maybe you shouldn't do abominable shit. Due to the Chinese national security law now in effect in Hong Kong, some elite universities have started carrying warning labels about some material being considered politically sensitive by China. And some students subjected to the law will be assigned code names so their coursework is not linked to them. Let's try that again. Due to Chinese national security law now in effect in Hong Kong, some elite universities have started carrying warning labels about some material being considered politically sensitive by China. Interesting. Chinese national security law. And some students subjected to the law will now be assigned code names so their coursework is not linked to them. Interesting. That's like one order of magnitude removed from who they actually are, though, because somewhere there's a list that says, John B. Smith is codename Raven. All you need is that list. Somebody will sell that list to some political operative somewhere, and there'll be bodies in the streets. From 2021 through 2022, 750 million genetically modified mosquitoes will be released in the Florida Keys as part of an attempt to curb diseases like Zika. The approval has received backlash from residents and an environmental advocacy group. I don't know. I think mosquitoes suck enough as it is. But, however, but maybe we need 750 million of genetically modified mosquitoes? No. Open up the $5 patrons, please. Hey, would you text Mon? Open up the $5 patrons, please. Somebody's really adamant about it. Where was it? The Redneck Prepper. That's a good name. He's a redneck. He's a prepper. Okay. All right, man. We're doing it now. Please don't all caps shout at Bear. Yeah, I can only speak in... I don't know how to... Thank you, Tyler W. And we're off the rails. Perfect. I don't know how I feel about genetically modified mosquitoes. The standard mosquitoes, standard issue mosquitoes suck. So why do we need new ones? Kirk yourself. Question, have you considered putting out a boo-boo bear kit? We need a better than average bump, scratch, and cut kit. Take a memo. Boo-boo bear kit. Boo-boo bear kit. Kirk, I appreciate that. Also, by the way, the cub kit is in development. We've had so many of y'all ask, hey, we need a cub kit. What can I give my kids that'll work? It's in development. It is chock full of all the things that you need and nothing you don't for children. I'd say as young as 7, 8 years old up to college age. And it will retail for less than $100. You're welcome. It's not in there yet, but we're working on it. It's coming, okay? So, but I'm talking like tourniquets, compressed gauze, compact chest seals, the pouch, gauze tape, gloves, disinfectant, the whole nine, all that stuff. The cub kit is coming. We're waiting on the last little bit of stuff we need for product development, and then we'll take it from there. An authentic bear beard mask. I will not make one because I do not condone the use of face masks. Good question, though. Yes, Mr. Brees, granted. Shut up, chicken. Don't talk to me like that. Single accounts, insider intel, and miscellaneous. Several contributors have noted that Facebook and YouTube are deleting Patriot-type accounts. No, really? No. Jeez, we only talk about every day. Every day. And they mess with us constantly, and they delete our subscribers, and they unsubscribe y'all, and they demonetize our videos, and they shadow ban our platform. They do all that crap every day. And then I'm like, hey, come see us on Patreon for $1. And then a certain percentage of y'all are like, I would never pay nothing for no Patreon. Well, you're welcome for all the free content, frankly. It's $1. It's $1. Several contributors have noted that Facebook and YouTube are deleting Patriot-type accounts en masse without warning, even those with few posts and no posts against community standards. In official news, Facebook announced the removal of 790 QAnon-related groups and the restriction of 1,950 additional groups. And in international news, a recent U.S. Navy ship sailing near Taiwan was called extremely dangerous by China's military. Yes, child. Mom is right there. And the toddler is here. So, I just briefly would like to tell you, because I get this question all the time, Bear, what do you think about QAnon? And I've said it before, and I'll say it again for all the new people. First of all, put not your hope in man. You need to knock that crap off. Call no one master but your Father in heaven. That's a direct quote from your Redeemer, a little fella by the name of Yeshua Messiah, the Alpha and Omega, the Aleph and the Tab, the beginning and the end. So, Jesus the Christ said, call no one master but your Father in heaven. Meaning, stop ascribing so much power and authority to men. Next, QAnon. Early on, legitimate, maybe. If I was an intelligence operative, what would I do? I would let it legitimately gain grassroots support, and then I would very, very slowly co-opt it, bit by bit by bit. I would feed it bad information. I would use that information over time to then be able to discredit it and introduce to muddy the waters. And then, over time, I would co-opt it completely, and I would keep enough decent information in there to make sure that it maintains some type of credibility amongst the people that brought it to power in the first place, but I would use it to feed disinformation out into the ether. That is exactly what I would do to QAnon, and if I had to bet money, that is exactly what I would bet on has already happened to QAnon. So, and even then, if it was not the case, put not your hope in man. Knock it off. Knock it off. And also I'll say this. Everybody is waiting for somebody else to stand up. Somebody needs to do something. You are somebody. Do something. You are somebody. Do something. Actionable. Local bakeries and ice cream shops may be a good place to get diabetes, and you're probably not a good place to get pepperoni, though. You can also potentially source food-grade 5-gallon buckets from there. I'm not actually on there? You're right. I'm kidding. I'm not doing this right now. Yup. You caught me. You totally caught me. The people aren't really on there?
Nope.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's on there. You're just being silly.
I'm just being silly? You're right. You caught me. Yup. Somebody asked recently, a lot of people have asked recently, if I get food grade buckets, do I still need Mylar? And oxygen absorbers to a lesser extent. No, but it depends on what you're putting in the bucket and how good the seal is on the lid that you're putting in there. The nice thing about Mylar is when you put your grain, for example, in the Mylar inside of a bucket, you can then put an oxygen absorber inside the Mylar, and it removes most of the oxygen, which removes most of the potential for the food to go bad. That's a good thing. But if you're just putting rice in buckets, just straight in a bucket, in a food grade bucket, not a problem. Make sure that they are rinsed out, cleaned out, and thoroughly dried out. And then I would recommend for things like grains and pastas and corn and wheat and all that stuff, a little bit of DE, diatomaceous earth. Roughly, well, I'll let you do the math, but like 1 cup per 50-pound bag. So you don't need Mylar and food grade buckets. However, but how I have been storing grain lately, because like if a little bit's good, a whole lot is better, right? Ish. Food grade bucket, Mylar bag, grain with diatomaceous earth mixed into it, into the Mylar bag, then an oxygen absorber, then seal the bag, then put on a lid with a good O-ring seal on top of it. And it's like, if that goes bad, we're all dead. We're all dead. So yes, food grade diatomaceous earth. That is correct. Bulk popcorn can be easily stored, ground for emergency food, planted, and, drumroll please, you can also make popcorn with it. What, child?
I told you that people are not on the phone.
They really are. There's 1,100 of them here right now, kid. Yeah, it's a lot. That's a lot of peoples. Okay? Check your hand sanitizers. Don't smoke them or eat them or snort them or put them in your eyes. Also, maybe don't put them on your hands. The FDA continues to increase warnings about various hand sanitizers containing dangerous and lethal alcohols. Is there a designated frequency the Bear Nation would come together on? Ryan, there is not, and if there was, the last place we would discuss it is on an open channel because hashtag OPSECBro. Be in communication with your neighbors and sheriff's department and be prepared as a group for civil unrest. Reach out and socially support others, including children and the elderly. If you cannot acquire a freezer for meat, remember that pressure canning, pickling, and freeze drying are always options. And also consider looking on alternative markets like Book of Face and List of Craigs, assuming that you hang out on those platforms. Alternative food resources include Asian people, Amish people, restaurateurs, and farmers. They're all delicious. I find that when I cook Asian people, I tend to use things like teriyaki sauce. I find when I cook farmers, I'm a little bit more along the lines of like some cumin, a little bit of paprika, onion powder for sure. The Amish are the most difficult to cook that I've found. They're tough. And so I like to braise them. Stews are good. Crock pot, Instapot, a lot of minced garlic, a lot of onion, root vegetables, celery, carrots, things of that nature. Nice stew, like a nice Amish stew is good to go. And the restaurateurs are the most tricky because they're good with knives. Frankly, they're good with knives. And they're always like, they want some like reduction, make a reduction of this and then we'll put a cream of that and then a sprinkling of sage. And I'm like, that's just too much. I'm just looking for a meal here. So, anyway. If you need medical supplies, you can check out bearindependent.com. You can also look at midwife supply stores and veterinarian supply stores online. Catch up. It's a good point. Don't cook the Amish on an electric stove. That's funny. And if you cannot obtain seed in your area, use your pantry. Dry beans, seeds that can be found inside of vegetables, potatoes that have been left to sprout eyes, and so forth. And as always, stay politically vigilant and active. This world is bonkers. It's bonkers. However, but we are commanded to be in this world, not of the world. Let's read some silver linings. Thank you for your freaking silver linings. Intel at bearindependent.com is where you send those via email to intel at bearindependent.com. Your intel and your silver linings go to, drum roll please, intel at bearindependent.com. Also, the way that you spell bear independent is BARENDUHPANDATNZ.com. Okay? So for those who are taking notes at home, BANANAS. That is correct, Mr. Brees. This ish is bananas. BANANAS. Did you know I saw No Doubt at a community college like 40 years ago when they were brand new and nobody knew who they were? And I was like, wow, this band is terrible. And then I left. Good morning, honey. For what? The store is in effect? Our store? How much? What does it get him? Woo! Wow. Okay. I will tell them about that after the silver linings. Okay. That was very nice of you. Thank you for doing that. Silver linings. Our Father blessed us with 1,150 pounds of rice for our family. The rice was raised in the USA. That made me feel better about supporting our farmers. Amen. They've been canning 60 quarts of beans. That's about 120 pounds of beans. That's awesome. Making pickles and putting away 50 pounds of squash. Quote, our family has been extremely blessed. Amen. Another viewer says, I seriously took up gardening this season using containers and 5-pound grow bags. Had such success that I ended up giving away about a third of my harvest and fed myself the entire summer. Please, people, garden if you've never considered it. If a clueless suburbanite such as myself can do this, you certainly can. Amen. And another said, the Father has blessed our group by sending 10 people to us. We are all Torah followers, homesteaders, and of a like mind in how to be prepared for what is coming. That is awesome. Awesome. Sister Francis. Good morning, Sister Francis. Bear Nation. You can find each other at preppersonly.com. Oh, wait, that website doesn't exist, but it should. No, you can go to the forums at bearindependent.com. Everybody's like, Bear, what do you think about American contingency? And I'm like, that's a good idea. We did it 2 years ago. The forums at bearindependent.com is where y'all can find each other. Swag and gear, bearindependent.com, and the online store, which in the online store you can get your bear facts, your bare minimums, your adventure kits, your trauma pack inserts, your stomp bag, and WA Prepper. Good morning, brother. Your Travis Fleming custom bushcraft knives from Fleming's Fabrications. Yeah, thanks for adding that. There's only 3 bear knives in the store. Remember the one I showed on camera? When was that? 2 days ago? 2 days ago. There's 3 of those in the store. That's it. There are 6 of them on the face of planet Earth. I have 1. We've given away 2. And there are 3 more in the store. So, are they cheap? No. Are they phenomenal? Yes. So you can get your first aid kits and all the cool stuff, as well as your medical supplies. Like, I need more tourniquets. I need more chest seals. I need this. I need that. You can get all that stuff at bearindependent.com. Your t-shirts, where is it? T-shirts, your swag, your stickers, all that stuff. And my wife has informed me that you can one-time use the promo code BEARNATION for 10% off at the store at bearindependent.com. That's right. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. Go away, battle dog. Bear, shout out to Mark and Jordan this morning. Hi, Mark and Jordan. Good morning. This morning. I hope that you have a wonderful morn. I hope that your morn is fabulous. They're phenomenal knives. They are phenomenal knives. They're not for everybody. They are expensive, but gosh dang, are they tremendous. In fact, I was cutting a 3x5 index card on the brief a couple of mornings ago, and the guy who has the office across the hallway came over afterwards and was like, how did you get that knife that sharp? He was watching us through the window into the office. And I handed him the knife and I was like, hey man, I know you want to do it. Just do it. And he did it. And he was just shaving cardstock with it. He's like, this is incredible. Yup. So, you can do all that at bearindependent.com. Veterans for Child Rescue. Hardcore people doing hardcore good for trafficked kids. Check them out at vets4childrescue.org. Vets4childrescue.org. And contralandmovie.com. Our ministry, grindstoneministries.com. You can find us there. What do we do? We're the hands and the feet of the Most High. We're a construction ministry, and we actually GSD. Earmuffs, kids, we get shit done. It's awesome. We partner with people who are really good at rescuing and rehabilitating kids, but who suck at construction. So that's what we do. We help them build and maintain the facilities they need to do their job. So you can find us at grindstoneministries.com. You can drink a cup of disaster coffee, which I will do right now. Thank you. disastercoffee.com. You can go to sanctifiedsupplyco.com. Essentially, the uniform of the Bear Nation is the Stay Humble and Kind shirt. That is the best. It's tremendous, believe me. By the way, Sukkot is intense. That's right. Have you ever been extreme camping? Extreme camping. It's intense. That's right. Just got the last bear knife? What? Wow. Bless you.
No, there's 3 different listings.
There's 3 different listings.
Because there's 3 different colors.
Because there's 3 different knives. The manager of it is here. Good morning, Concrete Hades. There's 3 different listings, 3 different knives. What is Sukkot? It is the festival of indwelling, the festival of tents. It is when we are commanded to gather together and party in the wilderness with the Father for 8 days. It's a blast. Thank you for helping give a place to heal those victims. John Taylor, bless you. Thank you very much. And lastly, amendment, the #1 preparedness.com. A1P is the shizzle. The shizzle. And amendment, the #1 preparedness.com. Listen, your Baofangs are awesome, and the Baofangs will allow you to talk to each other over short distances, what is called simplex, and they will allow you to receive signals over greater distances. But they're not going to reach out and touch people. You need better equipment than that in order to be able to do that. Yes, that is correct, Gypsy Roots. Thank you for bringing that up. But boy, that'll upset the Christian apple cart. Be careful with that. And it's not that I don't love Christians. Hell, I am one. If you believe that Christian means Christios, which means follower of Christ, that is me. To the best of my broken ability. Amendment, the #1 preparedness. You can get real ham radio gear, real commo gear from them that allows you to talk over much greater distances. Yeah, Goob Z, go to grindstoneministries.com. Grindstoneministries.com. So, A1P, amendment1 preparedness.com. And as always, listen, guys, you know the place to go, right? When you have a need for floofy bun buns and evil hamsters, adventurefrontier.com. That is correct. Adventurefrontier.com is run by none other than the NWA prepper, who has somehow managed to pair his love of nude wrestling, the Nude Wrestling Association, and preparedness. I myself don't necessarily get down with nude wrestling unless it's time to bake some lasagna. However, NWA prepper, hey man, everybody's got to be into something. He's into something. The Nude Wrestling Association and preparedness. And he is the proprietor of adventurefrontier.com. And I would highly recommend you, Bear Nation, you go there and you get your armor there. Spartan armor, the level 3, the level 3 plus, the level 4, the triple curve, the single curve, the anti-spall coating, the multi-hit ceramic plates, the Ranger carriers, the Mopsies. Can you get this? Yes, they can get that. Do they have this? Yes, they have that. Who do I call? I call adventurefrontier.com. Why? Because they're awesome. And you can use promo code BEARNATION for $10 off your armor, which is a good deal because there's no markup in armor. You can also get your IFAKs there, the Bear Minimum, the Bear FAK, which is tremendous. It's phenomenal. Believe me. Exceeds military specification. How's that? Exceeds military specification. Yeah, that's right. You can get it there at adventurefrontier.com, as well as also in the Bear store. And you can get your floofy bun bun stickers right there. Look at how floofy that bun bun is. That's correct. And lastly, for the $5 and up patrons, roar, we have this. What is this? They all said. This is Armor. This is the Hrt H-Rack Carrier. And this H-Rack Carrier has on the front of it this placard that holds 3 PMags and 2 pistol mags. There's a pistol mag here and a pistol mag here. It's got these little zippies in here, so you can, put your whatever you want to put in there. I don't know, lollipops, whatever floats your boat. It has the quick disconnect Frank right here. See, the Frank disconnects just like that. Like so, you get that little tag. It's still got the tags on it, yo. quick disconnect. If you fall out of the gunboat that you're on and you're like, oh no, I'm sinking, how do I get out of here? Can I do this one-handed? Probably not. There we go. Anyway, it's got that quick disconnect cummerbund. It has a bare minimum right on the side of it right here in matching multicam. That is correct. And it also has on the back, it has the zip-on day pack. And then inside of it, it has, from adventurefrontier.com, it has level 3+ plates with the anti-spall coating. There's no $5 left. I know we're working on it. Did I mention $5 and up patrons? $5 and up patrons. And the brethren are here. Phenomenal. Hey, you're early. Early is on time and on time is late. All right, good answer. And up. And also, here's the deal. Like, we want to have, she will be fine. She's young, frustrated, easily. That's funny. $5 level is now open. Thank you, Miss Monica. You rock. So, for the $5 and up patrons, it's got level 3+ plates in here with the anti-spall coating, as well as the trauma pads. So this is a $900 value, and the winner will be announced at the end of September. And you must on Patreon. Go to the sign-up post on Patreon, posted about a week ago, and sign up on that post. If you don't sign up on that post, you will not be entered into the raffle. Copy? Copy. So, anywho, I got to do the things. Let's talk to the Father, and then it'll be a good day. Here we go. Father Yah, thank you for the sunrise and for cool mornings, and for these stupid freaking chickens, for this homestead, for all of the people that you brought into my life that are absolutely wonderful. Thank you for a good day. Father, I pray that you would make it a good day, and that you would use us to enact your will today. Father, if there's anything within the sound of my voice that's not of you, we rebuke it in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach. I pray that you'd fill us up with your Ruach HaKodesh, your Holy Spirit, that you would be indwelt in us for wisdom and for discernment, for strength and power and authority, for love and for compassion, Father, and for guidance, that you would use us to be the light today, that we would accomplish your will to the best of our broken ability, and that you would walk with us, that you would restore us through Yeshua and make us new, Father. Thank you for this. And I pray that you'd rain blessings down on everybody within the sound of my voice. I ask these things in Yeshua's name. Amen. Shalom, y'all. Have an awesome day. I gotta go do the things.